FM, Northern Virginia. America's Radio News. I'm Steve Ray. 5 presidential primaries today in Delaware, New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Connecticut all look like they're leaning heavily toward Mitt Romney. The former Massachusetts governor won't visit any of those states, but will return to New Hampshire tonight to give a speech. Florida Senator Marco Rubio has said repeatedly he's not interested in being Romney's running mate, but he was on the campaign trail with Mr. Romney in Pennsylvania.
I am honored and privileged to be here today with the next president of the United States. What a welcome.
So what about that running mate, Governor Romney?
The process for selecting a vice presidential running mate is just beginning.
All right, so maybe we can get some news out of Senator Marco Rubio.
I'm not talking about that process anymore.
But he is the first potential running mate to get an audition since Mitt Romney's staffers began the search for a number 2. I'm Rita Foley.
The trustees overseeing Social Security and Medicare say a surge of retirees, a weak economy, and lawmakers' reluctance to act are pushing benefit programs towards insolvency. Social Security likely to run out of money in 2033, Medicare likely to run out in 2024. And a report finds veterans are not getting timely mental health care. Here's Carlotta Bradley.
Federal investigators went to 4 medical centers and say nearly half of veterans who try to get mental health care for the first time end up waiting about 50 days before getting a full evaluation, a lot longer than the Department of Veterans Affairs has reported. The VA has said 95% of new patients seeking mental health treatment get a full evaluation within the department's goal of 14 days. The department says it agrees with the findings, but also notes it speeds up staffing in recent years, plans to add more mental health staffing, and to have an office with oversight of its mental health program.
This is your first stop for breaking news. This is America's Radio News.
Honda's really big sales event is here. Big deal. Big inventory. We have so many new Hondas, the universe had to expand just to make room. Want proof? Sorry, I can't help you there. I'm no astrophysicist. Not yet. All I know is we have tons of Hondas to choose from, including the Accord. Car and Driver's 10 Best to record 26 times. Well-qualified buyers can get the Accord with 0.9% APR financing. Right now, at your Honda dealer.
Car and Driver, January 2012. See dealer for financing details.
Shaquille O'Neal for Icy Hot.
If you've got pain, you need the patch.
The Icy Hot Patch. Powerful, targeted, fast-acting pain relief that stays put without the mess. Icy to dull the pain, hot to relax it away. In a variety of sizes. Back, shoulders, knees, even arthritis. So you're covered whenever and wherever you're hurt. Stop pain right at the source with Icy Hot Patches.
There's no match for the Icy Hot Patch.
For temporary topical pain pills, use only as directed.
Back here in the nation's capital, Defense Secretary Leon Panetta says the Defense Department has suspended the security clearance of military members who are being investigated for their possible roles in the Secret Service sex scandal.
My biggest concern is the issue of security and what could possibly have been jeopardized by virtue of this kind of behavior.
America's Radio News continuing our coverage of the John Edwards trial in Charlotte, North Carolina, where Campaign Legal Center Senior Counsel Tara Malloy says the government has 2 requirements in making its case against the former Democratic presidential candidate.
It has to be an expenditure under the law, which means that it has to be for the purpose of influencing an election for federal office. Secondly, they have to show that the expenditure was coordinated with Edwards. It wasn't completely done without his knowledge or cooperation.
And there has been a breakthrough in the testimony of the shoe bomber. America's Radio News' Wendy King reports.
A British man who trained to be a shoe bomber a decade ago says Osama bin Laden told him after the September 11th attacks that he hoped a follow-up terrorism attack would collapse the American economy. The videotaped testimony came today from Sadiq Adat, a man convicted in London in a 2001 plot to down an American Airlines flight from Paris to Miami with explosives hidden in his shoes. Adat was testifying at the federal trial of a man accused in the 2009 plot to attack the New York subways with suicide bombs.
There has been a shift in illegal Mexican immigration to the U.S. based on a new study from the Pew Hispanic Center.
With fewer Mexicans available to migrate and apparently more reasons to stay there. And then, of course, the third big
area is enforcement. Reporting from the nation's capital, I'm Steve Ray. Journalism without agenda. This is America's Radio News.